After a long hiatus, Kelly Raw triumphantly returned to the iconic show. Get out of there. When she made a triumphant return, the crowd went wild. In the most recent episodes, how was Kelly's return received by viewers? Kelly Ripa was noticeably missing from the popular talk program. It would be foolish to miss a live broadcast hosted by Consuelos and Kelly Ripa. In order to keep the conversation light and fun, the two typically avoid discussing serious topics like politics. Every time someone tunes in, they know it will be an energetic portion. Many viewers think Kelly and Mark are essential to the show because of the special spark they bring. Kelly Ripa's several installment misses irritated them. On Monday, August 11th, after a week without any new broadcasts, viewers wasted little time expressing their sentiments when Kelly returned to her regular programming. Many viewers were ecstatic when Kelly made a triumphant return to the program. There will be a major exit for Kelly Raw when she returns. When she returned, her followers couldn't contain their joy and let it shine. Most viewers were glad for more episodes, especially since many other popular shows had already started their summer breaks. Nevertheless, not everyone enjoyed the reruns of the show. The show that aired on Monday was actually recorded in. Your presence here tonight is very appreciated. Being a part of such a remarkable occasion is a privilege. Many were troubled by this most recent instance, but new interviews with Seth MacFarlane and Gina Davis were there. A commenter expressed their pleasure at seeing Kelly once more. The return of Kelly is a relief. Another person exclaimed, "I am Kelly." "Hi there, Mark. Stop being so critical regardless of its status," someone else added. Seasonal airings of fan favorites like Drew and The View occur over the summer. For the past 2 decades, they've taken the month of August off to recharge before the start of the new season. Thankfully, the show wouldn't end it if they didn't film new introductions for repeats. They also get a holiday from The View. They need time apart from the project to concentrate on other things. They usually make a triumphant reappearance in the latter half of August or early September. After a week off, how do you feel about Kelly Ripa's return to the show? In your opinion, are some of the reviewers being too critical of the show? Leave a comment and tell us what you think. If a TV show depends on a married couple's uncomplicated relationship, then losing one of them is like listening to a familiar music without a note. While Kelly Ripa was absent for several episodes, regular viewers and those who tuned in sometimes noticed a change in the tempo of Live It with Kelly and Mark. Many people took her August 11th comeback more seriously than a mere reappearance. The tone and intensity of the show changed. In this in-depth account, we learn about the days leading up to Kelly's break, the one instance of her input from viewers, the oddity of a single host having such a major impact on a daily talk program, and the return of viewers. We overcome the challenges inherent in both live and pre-recorded broadcasts, the deluge of unfiltered fan feedback on social media platforms, and the long-standing summertime schedule of daytime television networks. Because viewers are usually prepared for what's to come, watching TV might become a habit. The steady beat is due to established rapport, the playful banter between hosts, and the repetition of some parts. Viewers look forward to their designated viewing periods. That type of partnership has grown between Consuelos and Kelly Ripa throughout their careers, sitting across from one another on the live set. As a result, there was a noticeable gap in the show when Kelly was absent for multiple episodes. The specifics of her separation were secondary concerns for numerous admirers. What truly drew them in, though, was the noticeable change in tone that occurred throughout the show. The hosts are well known for their ability to avoid discussing weighty political topics, keep the show lighthearted, and provide viewers with a regular diversion. A number of people felt the show was lifeless without Kelly. People often turn off the TV during the day, whether the hosts are sick, need time to themselves, or are occupied with other projects. The programs adapt to their needs. The effect of a host's absence could vary depending on the host in question. Plus, when they get back, the talk around the show can shift. Daytime programs hosted by celebrities are characterized by comebacks like Kelly's after a week-long hiatus. On August 11th, Kelly resumed her role as co-host. However, there was a major disclaimer with that specific episode. It wasn't real. The show had really been taped earlier. As a result of this major twist, viewers' expectations and the realities of contemporary daytime television production were fascinatingly contrasted. For the millions of people who watched the show every morning, the return on August 11th was meant to be a victorious homecoming, a return to the natural order. Rather, it became a hotly contested topic after some time had passed. At the start of the program, a tiny, nearly see-through graphic that had been recorded earlier appeared in the screen's corner. A large section of the crowd was immediately let down by this. Just looking at the name of the show, Live with Kelly and Mark, gives it away. Not only do the famous guests and culinary portions add to the attractiveness, all about the instant gratification. It's as if the audience and Kelly or Mark are sharing a cup of coffee first thing in the morning while responding to the events unfolding around them. Kelly Ripa, who appeared revitalized after her vacation, and Mark Consuelos began their opening host conversation with an obvious gulf between them. They were pleasant and hilarious as usual, but the conversation had to be general. There could be no analysis of the major sporting event that took place over the weekend, no stories about what happened last night, and no reference to the morning's breaking news. Here is where the overwhelmingly divided audience response on social media really started to take a turn for the worst. Viewers who valued the host's special rapport most highly posted the "Hooray Kelly is back" remarks. A tidal surge of anger followed. For what reason is it recorded beforehand? Are they ever going to be live again? Their reappearance was something I was looking forward to, but now it feels old. Despite the novelty of the interviews, the tape quality lingered, even with Seth MacFarlane and Gina Davis, two major bankable talents. The natural enthusiasm of a live show was missing from them. The summer season's primary conflict, the audience's demand for authenticity versus the production's requirement for efficiency, was wonderfully captured in this single episode, the much-anticipated August 11th return. Stop being so critical of the summer show balancing act. The fan comment that was emphasized in the initial report. August off is more than just a defensive measure. It has been in place for the past 20 years. You can't make sense of the whole thing without it. There is a regularity to network television business, particularly during the afternoon slot, that the average viewer doesn't notice. For better or worse, August is and always has been a down month for the sector. Well, live isn't the only one. In keeping the tradition, late-night shows like The View and The Drew Barrymore Show reduced their airtime. Everyone from production crews to staff, and most importantly, the famous hosts, takes a holiday. Reruns were the standard fare for audiences in the past when this happened. Entire episodes from months previously, which felt jarringly out of season. Mark and Kelly's live show has come up with a new hybrid tactic to deal with this. The show batches taped episodes so that viewers don't see pure reruns. When Kelly and Mark are getting close to their August vacation, they frequently shoot 2 programs in a single day. On that particular morning, they captured the live broadcast. After changing into different attire and meeting a fresh audience, they record a second episode with other guests and portions to air at a later date, perhaps August 11th. This clarifies why viewers are unhappy with the show's lack of plot progression. This is an accommodation. One commentator brought up the new intros, and they are a part of this. In only one afternoon, Kelly and Mark will record all of the opening host talk parts for a week, building a library of fresh material that may be inserted before previously aired interview pieces. Fans are smart. When an initial conversation doesn't seem relevant to the rest of the interview, they take note. This time, they view the recorded graphic. In terms of production, this approach is risky. While this keeps the show on with fresh content, it could weaken the live brand that Regis Philbin and Kathy Lee Gifford built many years ago. This is a resounding victory for the network. By not airing reruns for an entire month, they save money on advertising. Section 4. The devoted spectator. As one Reddit user aptly put it, it can feel deceptive. If the hosts were swappable, the noteworthy note of their connection, the strong response to Kelly's absence, and the subsequent scandal of the pre-taped return would not have been as impactful. However, this is not the case. This was beautifully conveyed in the user's text. Forget about listening to your favorite tunes when a married couple breaks up. There was more going on behind the scenes during April 2023's Live with Kelly and Mark as opposed to Live with Ryan and Kelly. There was a radical shift in the very fabric of the program. An admired and well-respected broadcaster, Ryan Searist was always on top of his game. He and Kelly had the simpatico of close friends and co-workers. But she is married to Mark Consuelos of over 30 years. They seem to have the chemistry of a long married pair. Unfiltered, familiar, intimate, and unpredictable. That is what it is. They offer an honesty to the show about their family life that no other co-host could match. Talking about their kids, their small arguments, and their personal lives in general. The dynamism of this TMI, excessive information, is the show. During Kelly's absence in the first week of August, Mark hosted with guest stars Jenna Dwan and Jackie Tone. Although competent, the vibes seemed off. A guest dynamic was at work here. The program went back to its more traditional, courteous chat show format. She brought that same excitement back on August 11th, even if it was pre-recorded. Seth MacFarlane and Gina Davis's interviews.